Greetings, SoulSwin here and welcome to Let's Play Cooking Simulator. One more bonus 5-star dish episode, and this episode is the upgraded level 2 version of this pork chops baked potatoes. What is it then? It is pork chops and lemon baked potatoes. We need milk, which is new. The rest, not really. There's not much cutting here, huh? Oh wait, potatoes in halves. Right, the halves, huh? The halves. You think it's easy? Think again. No, halves, they're not easy. Anyways, yeah, so we have to get the milk, add all of these things, and take the pork chops and just drizzle the pork chops in the mixture. So we have to prepare a mixture and drizzle it onto the pork chop. So we want to ensure that the pork chop receives everything of this mixture, nothing less. We need to keep on pouring until the pork chop receives everything, if I'm not mistaken. These potatoes and whatnot, and cut. Uh-oh! Now that's not easy. Potatoes season, baking tray, and bake it, and then add to a bowl these things. Take the potato, then drizzle in mixture. Good luck. Good luck to me. I'll see you back here in the prep phase. Yeah, pork chops and lemon baked potatoes. I tried a lot and reload a lot, and I finally found a way to get the 5 stars. Yes, in career mode, in sandbox mode, I did a lot of experimentation. I'll not say that it's a full experimentation. There might still be some kinks here and there, but generally, I think I can secure the 5 stars. So let me walk you through and also tell you what problems you might face if you do certain things. Of course, this is not extensive enough and this is not exhaustive, so if you find anything that I might have missed, feel free to let me know. Now, firstly, all these things that were prepared for the pork chops, well, let's just say toss them away. Even this might not work, so I would suggest not using it. Next, bring over some of these plates because we'll need them. Just bring them over. Okay, anyway, we can use this to get one pork chop, right? Okay, so now we need to add 15 ml of milk. You can either add it directly or prepare in advance, no worries. 7 salt. 7 black pepper. Okay. And 15 thyme. Thyme dried. Out of all these, you can have 1 extra gram of something without sacrificing the score. As far as I know, 1 should be fine. The 16 ml of milk is actually 15, so don't worry. And to know that everything is perfect, even with all these milk left over, 15, 7, 7, 15, that is perfect. Now, we want a pan and some sunflower oil. Okay, 10 ml actually. So if it's showing 2 and showing 2 here, just do the 2 ml taste and it should be fine. So it's 10 here, 10 actual. No worries about that. Okay, now what we want to do is put the pork chops in. From here on, if you save and reload the game, you will need to redo both the pork chops and the sunflower oil. Why? Here, let's start it first. Firstly, you'll need to flip it to the other side, and if you flip it to the other side, if you don't redo the sunflower oil, the starting would be fine. So you hear all these things. Okay, it's a pan fry, no problem. You can see the icon there is a pan fry. If you flip it over, this thing somehow becomes a mixture or something like that. Once you switch off the fire, or it just is a mixture, I cannot remember exactly what it was, but this sauce will eventually become a blend. But if you finish one side of the cooking, you flip it over, you hear this plonk sound like dropping a food item into liquid. And what happens is that the next side of the pork chop becomes a boil, and you see a different icon, not pan fry icon, and that's a heating mistake. Okay, so that's if you don't redo the sunflower oil. Suppose you redo the sunflower oil but not redo the pork chop, then you get a pork chop that has got a different problem. I'll show it to you in just a while. Let's get some potatoes first. Right, 11. Okay, note that the progress bar goes to full, okay, when the time is up. Alright, so if you don't redo the sunflower oil, when you flip it over and you put it down, there's a plonk sound. Also, you noted that the progress bar is full, right? Like that, okay? Flip it over. Yeah, that's silence without any plonk, and the blend, that's correct. Now, if you start this timer here, 90 seconds again, you'll not hear the sizzling sound if you don't change the sunflower oil. If you don't change the pork chops and redo it again, the progress bar doesn't start around the middle. It starts around the P or the S of pork chops at the very end. So you'll have a burn, and therefore you'll have a heating mistake because it will be burnt. So you need to redo both of them. For this one, it's 300 grams of potatoes, so I actually made a mistake preparing them, so that footage will not be in. We just share this one. What happens is that we need to have 15 grams of salt on two of them, so that is an 8 and a 7. We can safely do an 8-7 without having any complaints, so 8-7, that's okay. Next, we want black pepper, okay, to be 5-4 because it's 9 grams in total. Alright, so it's a 5 and a 4, so 8, 5, 7, 4. That's okay. Now, it also says that we need to have olive oil on the baking tray. Do not put olive oil on the baking tray, because what happens is, oops, oh no, just take it up first. If not, it'll be overcooked. Okay, that's fine. Alright, that's okay. So, do not put olive oil on the baking tray, because then it's not baked, it becomes pan fry. For some reason, it becomes pan fry. You can choose not to have olive oil and just cook it like this. You will get your 5-star, but then your customer complaint will be not enough olive oil. I tried 5 ml and 5 ml on each of these, because, you know, like 15, so I tried 5. It's still too much olive oil. So if you want to add olive oil just because it's meant to be there and you know this recipe somehow, then pour olive oil directly, and it's not 5 ml. I've only tried 5 ml and nothing at all. So now for this recording, I'm going to try probably 2 ml. So slightly below half. We're gonna let that lapse because obviously that's what should be the case, you know. We're gonna let that lapse. So this will be just 2 ml. Oops. 3, 3. Okay, never mind. 3, 4, so 2, 3. Okay, so actually what we'll have is 2, not 3. Don't worry. Or you would have 1, so you can just have 1 more. That's 1 and 2, no worries. Okay, so you have 2. If this is still too much, then just go without. So at the end of the recording, we'll see if it's still too much olive oil. If it is, just go without. The complaint is not enough olive oil, but that is fine. Okay, that is fine. One, 2, 3. Okay, now it's 3, 3, meaning 2, 2. Right, again, we're gonna try pouring, and I think we'll probably get 1, at most 2 on that. 2. So 2 and 2, and that's good. Make sure that the baking tray does not have anything on it, especially oil, okay? Because if that's the case, it will become fry, alright? So just pour it directly, and then we'll do a 40 seconds. Okay, now after that, we'll need to have 20 ml of lemon juice and 20 ml of chicken broth and drizzle it onto the potatoes. Do we need to prepare 20 ml here and just drizzle? Luckily, the game is forgiving in this case. So what you do is this: bring the chicken broth over, have the lemon juice here, and we just wait. You don't need to prepare 20 ml on here. It's not necessary. And then measure 20 ml of lemon juice. Not necessary. If you want to, you can. It doesn't really matter. Right. So this part is where the game is very, very forgiving. It tells you exactly why. Because if you try it enough times, you'll realize that, look, 20 ml of lemon juice? Seriously? Okay, let's see. Now, Soulswind, what are you doing here? Look, just spam, just pour. It's fine, because the maximum amount of lemon juice that each of these potatoes can get is 9 ml. And that is 18, which is way less than the 20 ml of the lemon juice. Now, pour this chicken broth. Spam. No worries. You'll be just spending money though. But anyway, maximum amount of chicken broth is 9 ml. So again, it's 18, which is way less than 20. Okay, not way less, but significantly less than the 20. So, yeah, you'll safely be able to get your 20 ml by doing this, which is 9 each. That's totally fine. Next, what you want to do is to bring it over, do a middle cut. You can do it this way, you can do it this way, but now I want to try this way. Okay, 85 and 65. Oh no! Oh no! Never mind. This is also where the game is forgiving. Cutting technique, not an issue if you have 80 plus and 60 plus. Okay, I've tried up to I think 90 without a problem, so 82, 68, not an issue. Okay, and this one, bring it over. What you want to do now is to have oregano twigs. Oopsie. We want 3 of these oregano twigs and try to spread it out. No matter what I tried, the complaint is still not enough oregano, so it's okay. Okay, let's just put that there. I think it's oregano twigs. Yeah, oregano twigs, so it's fine. Just want to make sure that you split it out properly. And this should not be on the side. It can be like that, no worries. Just not on the side. Put it inside. Make sure your baking tray is clean and just do another 40 seconds. Now, we want to reset the timer for that dish. Oopsie, what? Hello. Like that. So these will lapse, unfortunately, because we're now focusing on this one for 5 stars, and we need to redo everything without any pre-preparations. So we just have to wait here because the time's almost up. We can at most take our plate if you want to. Let's wait. Alright. Remember to switch it off. And of course the timer. So remember we had 2 ml of olive oil on each of these potatoes. Okay? Now, if you want to, you can have a bigger plate just to make it look nicer. That's not a problem. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna make it look a little nicer by having a bigger plate. Okay? And let's have thyme twigs. We need 4 of these. It also helps because then the thyme twigs will not drop. With this, let's take a picture. And yes, so the recipe was 15 ml of olive oil on the baking tray, but that's not the case. Look, we got our 5 stars. What did we do? We put 2 ml of olive oil on each of the potatoes. So again, it's still too much olive oil. If you don't have olive oil, it's saying not enough olive oil, that's fine. Regardless, you still get your 5 star. Here would be 4.95, 4.98. You may see a little chip here. It's fine. When I tried the 5 ml, I get the chip here, 5 ml on each of the potatoes. If you cut it into halves, that'll be 4 potato pieces, but that'll be about, 2 or maybe 1 something. Doesn't matter. Anyway, it's either too much or not enough. But that's fine. Not enough of this. I've not found a way to resolve this, but that's okay. We get our 5 stars by simply not having the olive oil on the baking tray. So I think there might be a problem with the recipe in that, you cannot add olive oil onto the baking tray. So basically, I prepared 3 different sets of the same dish in sandbox mode, and with each, I vary certain aspects of the preparation. Of course, the cutting cannot be controlled, so what I did was basically have olive oil on the potato, have no olive oil, and a control dish whereby everything follows the recipe exactly. So the control dish did not get any 5 stars. Basically, it's 4 or 3.9. But if you just omit the olive oil from the baking tray, you get 5 stars. So let me know your experience preparing this dish, what issues you might have encountered, or what I might have missed out. But otherwise, that was a 5 star for the pork chops and lemon baked potatoes. I'll see you in the next episode. That's all I have for now. Have a nice day.